In today's video, we're creating beautiful rustic hearts using tea bags. They're fast and easy. You aren't limited to just hearts or tea bags. I'll tell and show you everything you need to know and give 10 ideas for how you can personalize yours. I'm Melissa, and this is CraftCrumbs. Thank you for joining me. Here I'm just opening a few tea bags that I left to dry out. Now you can put these in the oven as well. I would typically put them in at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes to dry if you're in a hurry. Otherwise, I usually just let them dry in the air. Something you may or may want to know is that different tea bags can give different colors. So this is a black tea by Lipton, very inexpensive at Walmart, and it gave me this darker shade tea bag. And on the left, we have a peppermint tea. So your herbal teas are often going to give you a lighter shade tea bag when done. If you like the veining that you can see in the tea bags up here in the left, what you would do when they're still wet is scrunch them up in your fist and then let them dry that way. We'll also use napkins in this project, so grab a few of your favorites, cut them down into squares, and separate the plies. We're going to add Mod Podge to the front and back of the tea bags and napkins. To do that, you're just going to brush the Mod Podge onto the parchment and lay the napkin down and then brush over it. You're going to give it a nice thick coat. For fun, I'm going to add some of these gold larger pieces of glitter from the Dollar Tree, just to a few of them. Look, you don't have to hide it. I know how you feel about glitter. It's time to get it out of our system, and hopefully these jokes I found online will help. Off I go to place these on the heater to dry. They'll sit there 15 to 20 minutes drying. And in the meantime, I have a few that are already done, and I'm going to start to show you the next step of this project. This is wired raffia that I picked up from Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. We're going to use this to frame our hearts. I cut about 30 inches off for this single strand and I folded it in half. I'm going to double it up and twist it, and I'm going to show you two ways. Of course, you can do it manually with your hands. Notice I created a loop on the end that we folded over. Here's the second way. I'm creating my loop with just 2 or 3 twists. You want this to be nice and tight. And I'm going to put a medium-sized hook in my drill. If your drill is like mine and it has a torque selection, go with a medium number. I'm using number 4 or 5 here. You're going to put the loop over the hook and pull it taut. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit so you can see a little bit more. I'm going to pull this taut and go for it. Just pull the trigger. It looks like the drill is going in the opposite direction, like I'm unscrewing something because of the video playback, but you're actually going to put it like you're going to screw into something. So make the bit go to the right or clockwise. And did you see how fast that happened? That was a little bit of magic, okay? So you can choose whichever way works for you. If you don't have a drill, you can certainly use your hands. It is a little bit more time consuming, and in a few minutes, I'll show you the difference between the two when they're actually applied to the tea bag. I'm going to show you the easiest way that I found to create a heart. I folded it in half and made a point where the two pieces come together at the top. And then I folded that downward, just like you would if you were to fold a greeting card in the opposite direction. When you pick it up, you're going to pinch the bottom of the heart so it keeps its shape. And you can start to play around with how round or how long and skinny you want your heart to be. You don't have to get it exact right now. And then you're going to hold it up to the tea bag or napkin, whichever you're working with, and make sure that it fits. And this is where the real adjustments come in. For this particular tea bag, I don't think it's big enough. I want my heart to be larger than what the one will allow. So I'm going to join another tea bag onto it. So I can do this. So setting this aside, I'm going to use Mod Podge and attach it just like so. And you'll see a little bit of an area in the middle where the tea bag doubles up, but I don't mind that at all. It adds a little character. And you could literally make this as big as you want just by adding on additional tea bags. I have my shape worked out, so I'm going to give it a good tight twist at the bottom, 3 or 4 little twists there. And we're going to leave the tails on. You'll see why very soon. I'm going to use Fabric Fix to adhere this to the tea bag. Anytime I need glue that's clear and dries quickly, I'm using fabric glue. It could be Fabric Fusion, Fabric Tack, or like in this case, Fabric. I believe it's a little bit thinner than Fabric Tack and a couple of dollars less expensive for the bottle. I did another one of these off camera, and here's the side by side I promised you. The heart on the left is where it was hand wound. The one on the right is where it was wound with the screwdriver. Either way you do it, it's not going to unwind once you have your tea bag glued down. But the one on the left that you hand wound might show a little bit of the wire peeking through, and you can doctor that with some paint perhaps. If you haven't can use a drill, I would strongly encourage doing it that way. Here I'm showing you again how to create the heart. I'm pinching it at the top into a point and folding it down. I mean, obviously you can create the heart any way you like, but this is the easiest way that I've found. When gluing the heart to the tea bag, you're going to do it exactly as we talked about with the clear glue. Press it onto the tea bag. You can dab away any excess glue that's peeking out, and then flip it over and press. You can press and kind of rub it so that it's making full contact, and then you're going to set this aside to dry. Coming back to it after it's dried, I'm going to apply some Mod Podge to the center and pop in a few dried pressed flowers. Give it another coat of Mod Podge to keep everything in place and protect it. Now I'm going in with a little bit more glue around the front side of the heart before pressing down another tea bag. You can see the tea bag was not quite large enough to cover the bottom of the heart, so I'm going to trim off one side and use a piece of that to cover the bottom portion of the heart. And now I'm going to show you the best way to cut off the edges. Here it is. If you just use a large pair of scissors, large or medium, you can see that you have a little bit of the tea bag remnants hanging out over the edge. The large scissors do help you get the job done quickly, but you have to go back in then with a pair of detailed scissors and get as close to the frame as possible. And this is what we have at this point. You can make this look even better by inking the edges. Let's move to the napkins. I'm going to attach the heart the exact same way we did the others. For one of these, I want to make it a shaker tag. So I'm going to add more of this glitter. I guess it's actually more like confetti because it is larger glitter. I'm going to spread it out a little bit with my tweezers just so we have some movement when we seal it in. And then I'm going to apply another tea bag on the top. Remember I suggested you keep the tails on them until you know what you're going to do. Some of them I'm cutting shorter because I know I want them shorter. Others I'm keeping long, and I'll give you a couple of ideas as to what you can do with them. One thing you can do is simply leave it plain. They're beautiful with the nothing at all. Now this is just a standalone. It doesn't have any hanger on it or anything, but it would be beautiful as an embellishment on the front of a mason jar, tucked into a wreath, or used as a tag on your gifts. These are two where we used the napkin, and the one with the bird, I added a few of those glitter pieces. I did twirl up the bottom of the one with the bird. Here's another napkin option. I wrapped the base of it and then added a hanger to the top. When shaping the heart for this one, I made it a little wavy to give it a little sass. This is yet another napkin option with lamb's ear at the bottom, just two leaves from lamb's ear, kind of cupping the bottom of the heart with some faux flowers in there. And you can see how I did that. I punched a hole in the top with my awl and then reinforced it with a wood heart on either side before feeding the twine through. Here's one we did together with the dried flowers inside. All right, am I making you dizzy yet? Are you dizzy? Sometimes I just don't know where to point things. This is the one that we pieced together earlier in the video. You can see the banding in the middle, and I love that. I applied a transparent sticker to that. Not real sure yet how I feel about the sticker, but there it is. Here's the shaker tag that we made. I've yet to punch a hole in this one, but that's what I want to do and use it as a tag on a birthday gift. I have a friend with a 25th year anniversary coming up, and this will be perfect for their gift. This one I applied a rub-on transfer to. It actually has a lot going on. So I have a couple of small transfers on there. On the bottom, I added a few jump rings and a crystal bead and a little bird charm. And on the top, I added a hanger to it. That one might just go in my rearview mirror or on a hook in the window. Here are three hearts that I daisy chained together. The top and bottom are plain with no design, and the one in the middle has a baby's breath pressed flower inside. To make this, I took one of the hearts with the long tail, twisted that up just a smidge, and then cut it off. So I have about a half inch here at the bottom, and I folded it up to look like a hook. Piece that I cut off, I made a loop at the top, and now I'm going to use a pencil or other small, I think I decided on something smaller here. I'm going to, yeah, the smaller the better, I think. And I'm just going to wrap it around, twist it around that to get this little wiggly thing. And then I'm going to glue that on the top of the heart. You can use hot glue for this part. I just didn't want to heat up my hot glue gun for this. Now, once this dries, you'll be able to hook it on to the next heart. Just like that. And you can make this go as long as you want. Once you have it hooked on there, pinch it closed. This one looks a little wonky because I made it a couple of days ago and it's just kind of been sitting in that white container. I've given you a few ideas on how you can use these once you have them made up. I encourage you to make a bunch of them because you will find ways to use them. You'll find projects where they'll be the perfect addition. The possibilities are endless for this, and I want to know, do you feel inspired? What materials would you use to make yours, and how would you use them? Your comments help everyone in this little community we've created. This video was a little different, and I appreciate you being here. Until next time, my friend, don't forget to craft what you love.